Hello and welcome back to the PJTrades review series, where I go over our daily winning and or losing trades here on the YouTube channel and break down why we took it, why we didn't take it, why it lost, why it won, and pretty much just give you the sauce free of charge. So with that being said, I just ask that you guys will like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, because today we've got a banger. And we've got a lesson in discipline and patience, because that's what trading is going to take for you guys to take this to the next level, man. A lot of you guys don't have the patience, you don't have the discipline, and these videos really need to start clicking in your brain if you want to take trading to the next level. So with that being said, man, let's get on into it. TurboTax, presented by Tostitos, the chip company. So today's trade, man. Today's trade took a lot of patience, man, and that is the theme of today's message is patience. And I feel like it's something that a lot of people just cannot master. I personally can sit here for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and not take a trade. You have to ask yourself, can you do the same thing? Because that's what trading is all about. And I think I could tell from the energy in my Discord channel that sometimes people get so restless, it's like they're fiending to click the button. Those emotions need to be removed completely from your trading business as soon as possible. And I will beat this into the ground as much as I can, into your brain as much as I can, because it's something that I acted on when I was in my younger years of trading. I would act on emotion. I wouldn't act on discipline, patience, and is my model checking everything in my checklist? So I'm going to go into kind of how the session started, and I'm going to show you guys where most retail traders got absolutely destroyed today. And I don't even need to go on social media and look at this stuff anymore. I just know where people are getting destroyed. And it's right in this area here, right in this area here. People are getting wrecked here. Okay, why? Because a lot of them have no patience. Look at the time of when this stuff is happening, right? The market opens at 9:30. We go up, we go down. We go up, we go down. We go up, we go down. We go all the way up, we go all the way back down. Okay, this right here, guys, and I say this all the time, and I said it to my Discord as it was happening. This is seek and destroy price action. The market loves to do this stuff, especially on a day with no red folders. It's a great way for the market to just grab as many orders, stop orders, and clean as many accounts out as possible before the actual move happens. And being able to identify this stuff right here, like this junk right here, is going to save you so much money. It's literally going to define if you can turn profitable or you're going to constantly lose. This doesn't look like a lot, but it is. Like, I should make a whole video on this right here, which is low probability trading conditions. Okay. And most of you guys have a serious issue with this right here. You are not able to identify that this market is not moving anywhere yet, hasn't truly done anything yet, hasn't gave direction yet, and there's really no setups in this area. Okay, so retail is getting absolutely destroyed here, and we're sitting on our hands and we're waiting, right? We're waiting. Now, full disclosure, however, we did end up taking a short trade right here, right? We took this short trade on this inverse right here. Okay, so the market comes down into here. Right now, this is right at, I believe this trade was at about 936. So in this area here, I want to show you guys what we did. I mean, this is a clean 30-second inverse. It's a 1 minute inverse. It's a 2 minute inverse. The candle didn't close yet, but this is also an inverse too. Let me show you guys right here. Boom, there's another inverse and then a retest. So what I'm doing here is I'm looking for a short trade into some of this LR. Okay. Now, this is the difference between amateurs and professional traders right here. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what happens. This trade ends up going into profit pretty quickly. Okay. Pretty quickly. Ends up going in about 25 points in profit, and the chat is having a ball. Now, at this zone right here, we start to slow, and immediately I tell the chat to run stops to break even. Immediately. Okay. This right here, that move protected this trade from being an absolute disaster because we do not get the displacement I want to see below these two lows immediately. Okay. That tells me right off the rip, and the amount of hours in chart time I have, that we are likely in a little bit of trouble. So stops get ran break even. Some people take a 25-point winner. Some people don't. And this trade reverses right back to break even. Beautiful break even. Honestly, I was very happy with the break even there. Okay. And that just, sometimes this is just feel, guys. Like, I am a feel trader. I'm a reactionary trader. I've always been pure price action. And the price action was not delivering the way I would want to see it after a beautiful inverse. And after this market manipulating to the upside, V-shaped recovery, inverting right here to the downside, rejecting. Like, this all looks pretty textbook if you ask me. If you look at it right here, you could probably be, hey, I can understand why PJ is looking for a short here. But we end up just getting a complete failure of taking those lows. And what I'm looking at here at this point is this 15-minute fair value gap is holding price up pretty aggressively. Okay. So we take a break even on that trade early in the session. And after that, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing in this market that I'm interested in taking at all. Nothing. And I am just waiting here, being very patient, trying to figure out when we are going to strike. Now, this is when I get interested in the market. We get an SMT here. If you guys are new or just tuning into the channel, SMT stands for Smart Money Technique, Smart Money Tool. It is used for a reversal pattern between the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. So in this example here, the NASDAQ fails to take this external low, and ES takes this external low. Okay, so we have an SMT at these lows, which is a great sign that the market might be ready to actually move higher here. Okay, before any of this happens, there's nothing else here. There's no SMT that I'm really interested in at all. So SMT at the low. Okay. And now what really stands out to me at this point is I'm looking at these 15-minute order block formations. Okay. Look how this forms a 15-minute order block, and the market comes down into it 1, 2, 3 times, and every single time the market closes higher above the order block. So the order block's being respected very nicely. Now, that's a 15-minute order block that's starting to give me a signal, but here's the real signal of the day. And if you miss this, you pretty much completely missed the idea of why we wanted longs. This market was just delivering out of a old 1-hour bullish FVG. Okay. So if you look at this if I completely just remove everything here, and we don't even have, let's just say we don't have this candle yet, and I just quickly go like this, does this not look familiar to you guys? It's the same exact setup that we've traded 1,000,001 times. It's an internal to external move. Okay. So let's bring back the drawings. So we are internal of this leg, right? First presented fair value gap of the leg, back on into it on the 1-hour, tapping consequent encroachment, which is the 50% point of this 1-hour fair value gap. Okay, that's consequent encroachment. That is 50% of this fair value gap. We tap it, we V-shape it. This is 6 in the morning. You got to go back to the data earlier in your session too. You can't just be like, I'm trading 9:30 price action. That's all I'm going to trade. No, you need to see what happened before 9:30. 6 a.m. comes down into here, V-shape recovers and goes internal. And now it's looking like, this is a very obvious internal to external move. Look where the highs rest here at New York PM high. So we're going internal to external. Not to mention, this candle right here is a bullish, I call it a bullish hammer. It's a pretty strong signal that the market has pressed up orders to the upside, and bulls snapped control out of that gap, meaning that they want to now drag this thing higher towards the New York PM high. So I just talked for 10 minutes on basically confluences as why I like this as a long here. And you guys need to locate this stuff like detectives in your trading in order to figure out where the market's going to go. Like this is clues that it's Blue's clues every day. I make a joke every day, like where's the clue for the day? Clue number 1, the 1 hour fair value gap. Clue number 2, the 15-minute order blocks being respected to the upside here. Okay, all these 15-minute order blocks right here. 1, 2, 3. There's one order block, but just 3 candles, and it's getting respected. Now, the market has my attention. Okay, the market now has my attention. So here's when PJTrades steps into the chat. So we're looking at this structure, and I got an SMT at the lows. The order blocks are being respected. Each order block's dragging higher. We're failing to make any new lower lows. We're making lower highs and higher highs right now. Okay, so we get this nice displacement, right? And I'm now looking at this market coming back into this buy side inefficiency, sell side imbalance, right into here. Okay, right into here, because also what's in here is another order block on the 5-minute. I want to see the price come into this 5-minute gap, reject, okay, which we end up getting. Boom. There's the rejection candle. But I have to break this down on a lower time frame to show you where the actual entry comes. So on the 30-second here, okay, on the 30-second, we're inside the gap on the 30, right? And we're leaving behind just a very small inverted fair value gap, fair value gap right here on the 30-second, okay? And now I'm also interested in the market making a change in the state of delivery up into right there, okay? So I want to see a CISD right here, and I want to see this go inverse first. And then bada bing, bada boom, there's your first inverse of that leg. That looks great. Nice flush with a change in the state of delivery here. That looks even better. On this candle here, this is when the trade gets executed. We're looking for higher at this point. And the reason why we love higher is because we know that we can basically get a break even off right here. That's going to be a break even zone. We know that we can get a TP2 off like right here as well. But if we look at the higher time frames, and I'm going to show you kind of where my targets were resting, we are looking at this 15-minute unmitigated sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency as being a TP. A full, basically, mitigation of the gap is also a valid area to take a TP at. I don't know if a lot of you guys know that, but I use these things all the time for draws on liquidity. I mean, I want to see a full, if we're going to be bullish here, we're definitely going into this gap, right? And if we're going to this gap, there's a high likelihood that we're probably going into the top end of the gap to completely fill it. So 352 becomes my draw on liquidity for the session. And we end up getting exactly that. And this trade ends up being an absolute beauty of a trade. So we are in the trade right here. Let me back on 30 seconds. We're in the trade right here. Running stops below the 5-minute fair value gap at this point. I like this being a safe stop. So we're running a wider stop here, about 39 points. And then we are running this all the way up to the 100 points of the 15-minute fair value gap that's unmitigated to the top side there. So that's the trade setup. I know a lot went into why I did what I did today. Okay. And a lot goes into it every single day. And if you guys aren't doing that and you're not going through progression and checklist, okay, do we have an internal move? Do we have a gap we're delivering out of? Do we have V-shaped recovery? Do we have SMT? Okay. Do I have strong price action? Do I have a draw on liquidity in the opposite direction? Okay. And now fine tuning this, right? Now I'm fine tuning this on 30 second. Okay. Boom. I'm in a 5-minute gap now. I'm in a 5-minute gap. Now I'm delivering out of that 5-minute gap. That looks really good. If I can get an inverse and a change in the state of delivery here, I like my odds to take this trade at least into break even, then into TP1, and then all the way up into TP2 and TP3, all the way up into here. So there's a lot going into these trades, but it's repetition, it's chart hours, it's studying, it's back testing, it's forward testing, it's getting in my live Discord and watching this stuff happen live. I mean, I'm doing this in front of 600 plus people today, like breaking this down bit by bit on why we're taking this trade. So a really, really just beautiful 100 point trade today. And you can see it delivers the full TP right there. And yeah, we're up 130 points on the week on 2 trading days so far. And it's really been a fantastic May, June, and July. I really think price action has been delivering really, really great opportunities. If you know what you're looking for, we've been absolutely crushing it. So that's today's trade review, a 100-point trade on the NASDAQ. Make sure you guys are going through your checklist and your progressions. You're not just closing your eyes and clicking the button. Like, as you can see, there's a lot to talk about with this stuff. It's not just like, I could just tell you this is like one reason why I did this. There's multiple reasons. There's multiple confluences, right? There is years of practice going into this stuff. So this is a little longer of a review today. I kind of wanted to do that on purpose to show you guys, like, they're not complex, but a lot of thesis goes into reasoning as to why we're doing it the way we're doing it. And why I'm executing these trades. So I hope you guys are getting value and studying this stuff and going back to your journals. And really, one of the best things you can do, I'll wrap it up with this, because honestly, a lot of you guys don't do this, man, and it drives me nuts. Literally take a screenshot of your trades at the end of the day, just like this. I do the same thing, man. I take a screenshot like this, right on my PC. I put it into the journaling software that I use, TradeZilla, or I'll even put it into a folder and on my computer, and I will write up why I took the trade. And the reason I do that is because this business is repetition. This business is pattern recognition. This stuff looks the same. It's not different. It's the same. And the more that you put this stuff into your brain and your memory bank, the more that you're going to be able to identify it in real time. It's like when you were a kid, man, and you were studying stuff over and over and over again. You remember that stuff because you studied it over and over and over again, right? You had to rehearse a Bible verse, or you had to rehearse something from a book. You studied it constantly. It's no different with what we're doing here in this business, right? It's the same stuff over and over and over again, and it needs to become engraved in your brain over time. And if it does, right, it'll be so much easier for when it's happening. It's almost like a trigger will flip in your brain, and you'll go back to that one moment and be like, oh my God, this looks exactly like this. And you'll be like, it is this. And you're entering the trade because you're confident that you've seen it before. So listen, guys, do me a great favor. Leave me a comment that you're enjoying these videos. I do these completely free for you guys. And I really know you guys are enjoying this stuff and you're becoming better traders. So with that being said, have a great and wonderful Wednesday, and I will see you guys tomorrow on the trading floor. God bless.